just in the workshop. Anyway, I was thinking we could do a little bit of an update about the stone trailer not being yellow. Well, if you look, I think it is looking orange because Elliot has brought his other dumper in, which is yellow, and you can clearly see there's a big difference in colour. So this does look orange compared to that, which is yellow. So he's brought that in because he washed it the other day. It's going to one of his jobs after Christmas. You know, something was messing around with the electric, so he's brought it in here to dry out. Andrew has been painting this yesterday. I was busy yesterday, obviously making a video about all the different purchases on the farm, so didn't have a chance. So if you've not seen it, go and have a look at yesterday's video. Anyway, it's slowly taking shape. A little bit more paint needed on the front. I think the front's only had one coat, that's why it's a bit sort of not really showing. But it definitely is orange compared to the yellow dumper behind me. If I stand there, you can see the difference, see, on that line there. Wherever, there we go. Anyway, look at this, what I've just got. This should make life a little bit easier for me. It is a hat with a mount, foam mount on it, so that hopefully I can like walk around and it'll do it. But then if it's too hot, it's like a headlamp kind of strap thing to go on my head as well. So should we put the phone in it and walk around the other shed and see what it looks like? Need a mirror to set it up, how nice, so I know what angle it's at. Let me try it anyway. Right, you're on my head, so I'll have to remember to turn my head slowly. I'm not sure whether you're pointing up at the sky or you can actually see where we're going. That needs tidying up there. Don't look at that. Right, let's nip through. There's the combine and the drill. There's the wood chip. Can you see my hand? Not sure. Total guesswork because I can't obviously see the screen. Let's go to the shed and see what Robin's doing, because Robin's had a good idea. Probably water on the lens now and no one can see. How good's that? Makes your head dead heavy though, but at least I've got both hands. So let's have a look at Robin's tractor, because Robin's had a really good idea. So that's Robin's tractor there. You put him in the wrong order again. Anyway, what Robin was thinking, because his girlfriend has a pub, and when he went yesterday, the kids absolutely loved looking at the tractor. So he was thinking that if he can get the right insurance, you could hire him and his tractor to come to kids' parties on like a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon. Does anyone think that's a good idea or a bad idea, or any pitfalls that might come with it other than the insurance? Obviously you can't take him for a ride out on it, but at least he can sit on and have the pictures taken, a bit like when you can hire a fire engine or like a little pony. Anyway, let me know what you think, and then Robbie can read the feedback. I think that'd be better at a kid's party though, to be honest, than that, but that won't fit down most people's roads or onto people's driveways. Right, I've angled it down a bit now. Can you see?
Yeah.
Does it look like it's pointing the right way?
Stand behind you. Yeah, well, stand, look at the FASTRAC. Yeah, perfect.
Right, that's delivering wood chip tomorrow, and my dad wants us to take that off the top because if it's wet, it does dangle down a little bit. So Rob's got his snips now. I'm going to take that bar off the front, take the wires off the top, and then we'll leave the rest of the lights on for now. Everyone yesterday was saying that they wouldn't like to think what the value of the machinery was in yesterday's video. Anyway, I've roughly added it up. I won't tell you what the individual tractors cost, because obviously that affects what dealers can charge for them if they think someone's paying less than somebody else, and same with combines and different things like that, and also some of the classic tractors. But I added it all up and it's 1.35 million worth of machinery. Now, I didn't spend that much money last year. That's just the value of the machinery that came on, because I obviously traded things in for it. And then like, so the sprayer, some things are on HP, so the sprayer, it won't be mine. I think that was about 220, 240, I can't just remember. I had a big trade in, and it's basically will only really be mine when I've paid the last payment in about 5.5 years from now. But that's just the sort of the level of investment tied up within the machinery. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the classic tractors obviously aren't needed on this farm to do much work, but that one behind me would do some good work. But all the time you're investing and hoping that next year is going to be a better year, and this year, to be fair, hasn't been too bad a year. We had a decent-ish harvest and we've got decent-ish yields. We've been stung on the fertiliser, and we probably will be next year, but fingers crossed that the prices stay where they are, can't do it. There you go. Fingers crossed the prices stay where they are and we can keep farming. Some people don't believe in financing tractors. They think that you should just buy them when you can afford them, save up, buy one. Problem with that is they generally go up that much each year that by the time you've saved up what one would cost you, by the time you get there, they've gone a bit further past it. Also, it's like staff. You wouldn't pay your staff 5 years in advance of doing the work. So why would you pay for a tractor 5 years in advance? You may as well put it on HP, pay so much a month for it or so much a year, and then every time the deal adds up, just swap it. And generally what we've found over the last sort of 20 years is the price you're paying for a tractor doesn't change, but the tractors do get more expensive. So that Fendt in the corner over there cost me exactly the same as a month as the first Fendt I bought in 2006. So in 2006 they were around 75,000. Now they're around 160-ish thousand depending on spec. But I still pay the same amount a month. So though the tractors go up, so does the deposits and the equity in your trade-ins. So it's just the cost to run it. I need a tractor every year, so it doesn't matter. It's a monthly payment, that's it. You call it hire purchase because you're sort of hiring it, but you're purchasing at the same time. So at the end of the day, you've took the risk on the equity. Now, them things could turn out to be a dead duck and worth nothing in 5 years' time. But if you buy the right model, you buy the right tractor, and you buy the right one right, generally, you nearly get your money back when you trade them in, despite the new ones being dearer. Someone also asked in the questions yesterday why we have which tractors we have. Well, Fendt, we used to have John Deere, so we used to have a 6920, a 6520, and a Valtra, and they were like the three main tractors. And then we started using spading machines with drills on the back, so we could sow in one pass. If you look really right back in this channel, you'll see a video of it. And the John Deere 69 series didn't really have the lift. So we had a Fendt on demo, and like they told us when it came, they said you will hate it for the first 3 days and then you'll fall in love with it once you get your head around driving it. We did. We thought it was really complicated, but then once we got a head around it, it wasn't at all. So we've stayed on Fendt ever since and run John Deere's on and off alongside them, as well as the odd Valtra. The Fendts are probably, at the time when we started buying them, they were probably the most expensive tractor you could get. But if you put the same spec on other tractors, they weren't. And they hold the money so well, just like the Valtras did, that they were the cheapest to run despite being the dearest to buy. And like I just said, this cost me the same amount a month as a 716 did back in 2006 because the money's staying in them, if you get me. 936 is just a cracking all-round tractor. Lots of power, lots of speed, but not ridiculously big. I mean, it's parked next to a 724 here, not a massive difference in size. Park it next to something like a T7 New Holland or something like that. The New Hollands are huge compared to them, but packs a lot of punch. You can also get 2.5 ton weight block on the front of them, and they're awesome. We never had any 7000 series John Deere's this shape, but we used to have a 7830, I think. That was what we used to use on the drill as well with the spader machine. But it still never quite had the lift that the Fendts did have. Chester's been to the beach this morning, so here's a little video of that. And also, don't forget, if you've got a calendar, don't forget to put your percentage on the days.
It's on it, sit. Ooh, I need a blanket on it. Yay! Are you pulling it? You pulling it down? Yeah, that's good.
There's a quiz question for you. It's really hard unless you know, and if you know, it's really easy. Does anyone know what that box is off? Quickly do the birthday bumper. All women today, apart from bus driver Tim, Katie Hankey, Ella Harris, Sue Sparling, bus driver Tim, and Margaret Acton. I don't know what Tim drives, but I'm guessing it's a bus. Quick flood update. It's gone. Oh, is that high vis, Liz? Don't know where that is in Chris and Danny's field. We have this little square here between the boiler shed and what we call store 4. That's where we keep the tractors. Thinking it might put a roof over that in the next couple of months if it dries up in the spring and we have time, if it's not too expensive. And that way then we can put the classic tractors under there and they're not taking up shed space when we need it for grain storage this summer. So I want to try and get a beam right across so that we have like a 30-foot opening to be easy to get stuff in and out of. And then also when you're back into that shed, you can drive into it to turn around as well. So that'll keep us busy, but we'll finish the shed at Brookhouse first. Still want to build a new Weybridge office though, because it just looks so tatty and it's a bit past it. We re-roofed it a few years ago and it's just about holding out. But build a bigger one with an office maybe above it, and that's what we've got the straw bales for in the summer, so we can make the walls out of straw bales and render it. But I think it needs to be the other end of the bund, so it's closer for when we put the new driveway in, and then that way it's safe for getting in and out of the gateway. Lots of people were surprised that the combine never made number one. Well, it probably was the most expensive purchase, but the Bateman was the unexpected purchase. You know, it was because of the YouTube channel that we would be able to buy the Bateman, so that really did have to be number one. Anyway, thanks to everyone that's been watching today. Thanks to everyone that's liked. If you've clicked like, if you've not, click it now. Don't forget, if you subscribe, you can also do the notification button as well. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see what we get up to.